Hey, what if I told you that most, if not all, of your monthly recurring issues and getting people to sign up for your programs, to volunteer, to do monthly recurring donations, all of that could be solved with one single page on your website. All right, this is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about this, the landing page formula. This is what I use for my clients within my agency. Um, a lot of the nonprofits that we've been using this for, they're getting great results. They're actually converting every visitor, majority of those visitors into either donors, volunteers, and it's just because this follows a very clear, basically psychological strategy on how people think and go through a web page, basically. So I'm just gonna go through this with you. Uh, there's no other secret other than this. You can grab this template. It's gonna be on the link below, and you can apply it to your own website as well. All right, so let's jump into it. So the first thing that we have, it's the hero section. So this top section right here. Let me make sure you can see that. Yep. So right here, it's you have your headline, subheadline, a video, and a call to action. Okay, so your headline should always be your mission. So hook people in. It's just like when you go into YouTube, when you go into TikTok, anything, there's always a hook. There's something happening, or there's something that's being said that is grabbing your attention and keeping you in the page. So that's what you want to put in here. So I put, for example, our plan is to end world hunger by 2030. Obviously, it's not gonna happen, especially not in that time. But you're gonna put here whatever applies for your organization. The subheadline explains a little bit more, expands on that headline a little bit more, and then your video sales letter is going to cover what's going to be on the rest of the page, which we're gonna go into soon. But your video also starts similarly. You're gonna talk about the headline. You're gonna talk about the sub headline. You're gonna talk about pain points, which we're gonna see in a minute. All of that is gonna be covered in the video. This is very important. This entire section needs to be seen on your phone, on desktop, on tablet, all screens. You need to be able to see the button and at least most of the video. I'll show you an example of this. So here I have my landing page. If I start shrinking that, see how the button always stays on top? You can always see a little bit of that video on the bottom. If I go into mobile view, you can still see the video, you can still see the button and everything on top. Okay, so that's what you want to achieve with yours. Moving on to the next section, we have pain points, aka your problem section. The problem section, it's basically you tell them what the problem is that you're fighting against. This needs to be visual. The more visual it is and the more clear it is, then the better it will work. Remember, not everybody knows your mission as you do. So you need to explain that really well. If you're telling me we're gonna end world hunger by 2030, then show me why that's a problem. I'm not in hunger. I'm fine, right? So what's the real issue here, right? Tell me about it. Say, this many families are going through this. This many people are dying every year because of that. Like, give me the information I need to know so that I can care, like you care about this. A lot of nonprofits that I talk to, when they first come in, they think that everybody is aware of the issue. And that's never the case. In most cases, we need to inform in order to get them to start donating. This is why email marketing is so important. This is why staying in touch is so important. Social media, all of that is so important for organizations, right? You can do this as, I have them as 3 squares because you can do them as 3 boxes. This can be the major issues, right? It can be like, this many families are struggling with food every year. This many kids are dying from hunger every year. You know, like, you're showing 3 different boxes so that it's easy to consume. You also don't want to have too much text on this page. That's the good thing about the video. On the video, you can be as detailed as possible. Obviously, keep it under 10 minutes. You want to do like 8 minutes or so. But you can include all of this in your video. It also doesn't need to be like high quality or crazy quality. It can be yourself being recorded on a camera. I mean, if we go back to my example, if we go back to me, whatever I did with that screen, I think I closed it. I'm just there talking like I'm talking right here. It's just me explaining something on a video. That's it. It really doesn't matter the quality. Obviously, you want to have like a good camera, good lighting, so that people can see you. But it will always benefit you. All right, now going into the why choose you section. This is different from an about us section. In an about us section, you would talk about your company, the timeline, the mission, the vision, all of that. We don't want to do that here. And the reason why not is because we're just trying to connect to the reader. We do want to tell them a little bit about us, but we're connecting them with the actual cause. Putting those 2 things together. So this should be about how your mission is different from others, and how does that tie back to the reader, and not an about section, right? So how are we gonna connect that? What I like to use here is giving them social proof and connecting that back. So if I say our mission is to, back again, end world hunger, and I have, for 10 years being able to feed 100 families, I'm gonna talk about that in here, right? Because I need to connect that back. And a pro tip is you want to use the data on your annual reports. This is something that I see very, very frequently. I go into a website, I see no social proof, I ask for social proof, and then all I get is, oh, I would have to go and get that. And then I start digging, and then I find annual reports, and they're full of social proof. They tell me exactly how many families they have helped, how many pets they have helped. There's all of this data in here that is not being used. So that's something that you can start using for your own organization. All right, process. 3 to 4 steps. I prefer 3, but you can do 4. From where they are now to the end goal of the donation. So the process is you explaining how this money is gonna be used. Starting now, you're gonna click on any of the call to actions, right? That's gonna take you to the donate process, right? Then once you donate, this is gonna happen. This is how the funds that you're donating are going to be used. You wanna be transparent. People love transparency. This is why there's such big organizations with a lot of monthly recurring revenue, is because of how clear they are with the ways that they bring in money. Okay? All right. It's the same thing with volunteering, right? You apply, you get a call, and then this thing's gonna happen. Always tell them, don't leave them blind. Tell them exactly what's gonna happen. Something that I like to do, because we're building emails, sequences, and we're doing all of this setup for people, I also like to include that in here. If after they donate, I'm gonna put them in an email list, into an exclusive email list, I'll mention that here. I will say, this is where your donations are going, and I'm also adding you to this list, right? So tell them what the money is used for. Better to show than tell. So show them a brief story, or be transparent about donations. Very, very key. You want to show them where the money is going, and then you want another call to action. All right, and all the call to actions are gonna go down to the end of the page, and I'll show you why in a minute. All right, social proof and testimonials. Here you can either do more video testimonials, or you can do written testimonials. Just anything that connects back. If it's volunteer, make it volunteer related. If it's donation, make it donation related. Finally, the donation form, or volunteer sign up, or event sign up. Notice how I say or. You do not want to have multiple things on one page. You do not want to say, for this gala, you can donate, you can volunteer, you can do whatever else. If you're gonna do that, you have 2 separate forms or 2 separate landing pages, because keeping them together makes people lose focus, right? Because if I come in here and you're asking me to donate, and I see social proof about donation, and then I get to here and I'm like, volunteer? I didn't come here to volunteer. So people get confused. People don't use a lot of brain power when they're navigating a website. So you want to be quick and to the point. Okay? Cool. All right. And then finally, FAQs. There's always FAQs. There's always questions that people will have afterwards. Answer all of them here. All of them. Just, if you ever heard a question, put it in here and answer it. Okay? That's going to save you so much time. And if people are already having that question, they're going to be like, wow, they read my mind. Perfect. I can do the thing that I came in here to do. All right? Cool. Now we're going to move on to the next section. Hey guys, wanted to leave a quick note here on the video. So we recently helped a nonprofit increase their monthly recurring revenue by about 20%, just by using the tactics on this video, plus other things that we also do for nonprofits. So if you're looking to increase your monthly gifts, make sure you connect with me. Down on the description, I have my Calendly link. So just go in there, schedule with me, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, back to the video. All right, so this is the purchase funnel. The purchase funnel is the reason why the landing page is the way that it is. If you notice, when somebody is thinking about purchasing something, right? And remember, nonprofits are just businesses, right? There's just no product that we're giving them, but people are going through the exact same process in their heads. So the first thing they do, the first thing that we see is market potential, right? So they're aware. We first need to make them aware that this exists, that there is a problem, and that we are aiming to solve it, right? So we go back to here. We're making them aware, right? With our headline, with our pain points. This is the first section. Let me make you aware of what's happening. Then we have interest. So now they suspect, right? Now they're like, okay, I see. Tell me more. Right? So now we go into the interest section. So we tell them a bit more. We tell them about us. We show them some social proof and what's happening within the organization. All right. Then we move on to desire. Now that's when they're actually becoming prospects. Right? And you can do this yourself. I use something called Clarity by Microsoft. It's free. You can install it on your page, and it will tell you exactly how to, it will tell you the process that people are going through when they're navigating your website. So if they scroll only to here, or if they scroll all the way down to here, so that kind of like helps you figure out where they are on this graph right here, and helps you tweak your content. That's what we use internally in how we gather data, and we can like A/B test and try different things. So like I said, desired. Now we're moving on to that section. We have more social proof because now they're prospects. And then action. Action is when they're actually ready to become customers, and that's the last section. That's why our form is down here. And that's why our FAQs are down here. Because now they're ready, they just have questions or they're ready to take action. So that's last. But you always want to have your call to actions in this section so that if they're ready, like if I first come in on your website and I click on that call to action, it's just gonna take me straight down to the action part, and I don't have to manually scroll all the way down. Okay, cool. All right, now let's move on to the last part. Now moving on to the last part here, I'm going to share with you the platforms that I tend to use to make pages, or the ones that I'm okay with people using and that I recommend them. Obviously, my go-to will always be WordPress. You don't necessarily have to use WordPress.com. WordPress is open source, meaning that the code is open to the public. People can make any type of apps. There's a lot of big support out there. It's a big community, so I really like it. And if you decide you don't like a company anymore, you can easily grab your WordPress website and put it somewhere else. My favorite right now is SiteGround. Actually, that's not how I have to do it. I have to go here so I can show you. So SiteGround is the one that I'm currently using. It's very good. Their support is being great so far. I think they're a bit more expensive than other hosting platforms, but it has worked well for me. So, I mean, WordPress has their own, but it's okay. Okay. Then we have Wix. A lot of people are already in Wix. Wix, it's okay. I'd say it's probably like second place behind WordPress. There are some other ones that are pretty good too, but they're more involved. So there's a little bit more coding required. Okay. Then we have Card. Card recently came on my radar. It's pretty good to build landing pages, especially if you just need to put something together real quick. Perfect. This works great. Like if you have a nonprofit, but maybe somebody else manages your website, or it takes you too long to edit it, Card will work just fine. And I think they have a free tier, so pretty sure. I guess these are not, but yeah, I believe they have a free tier, which is gonna be enough. All right, and then I have a no tab. So my no tab is don't build on GoDaddy, don't build on Squarespace. They're both fine as domain companies, so if you want to buy your domain through them, that's fine. I have a ton of clients on both of these. I personally have my domains on Squarespace, but their website builder it makes you stay stuck with them. It's not really, I mean, you can also have WordPress, I believe, with both of them, but it's a headache to manage. So I would just not go with any of them. If you want to keep your domains with them, perfectly fine. Just don't host your websites in there. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. So if you find this helpful, please leave a like and a comment. That really helps the video. And yeah, I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.